I ever become a leader of a country and I'm just trying to stay in power for a long time, and let's just say I was the most evil man in the world, the very first thing I would do is I would destroy the testosterone of every man in that country. That way, what's gonna happen is that I'm just gonna have control of everybody. Mostly the men, obviously, but like everybody. No one's ever gonna be able to come to me and be like, man, we're so done with this guy, he's ruining our life. We need to get rid of him. All they're gonna be doing is just paying me more money from the jobs they do and just listen to every command I give them. But here's the thing, I'm not a leader of the country and I'm not evil. So in this video, I'm gonna be telling you 7 things that I would try to make it seem like it's normal in that specific country that I'm gonna own in the future if I'm evil, so that the testosterone levels of every man in that country is just gonna be dropping every single day by a lot. But by the way, I'm not saying I'm actually gonna be doing that. And I'm not saying someone's even doing that right now. I'm just gonna say what I'm gonna do if I was actually evil. I'm not evil, just so you know. So I did some digging, right? And I was doing some research and just a lot of thinking. And the very first thing I would do is I would try to make everybody think it's normal to wear underwears. And especially underwears that are so tight and made from polyester. Now, obviously, if I'm like an evil man and I'm gonna be making everybody wear underwear, that means I'm not gonna be wearing the underwear myself. So if you look at it right here, there's like an entire study. They say the largest study yet shows that the type of underwear is linked with the semen quality. I mean, look at this. Men who wear boxer shorts have higher sperm concentration than men who wear tighter fitting underwear. Habibi, ever since I stopped wearing underwear, like, I just felt like I was so much more free. Why are you putting your balls in jail? Take the underwear and just take it off, bro. Stop wearing that thing. Polyester is from plastic. So basically you're wearing things that are made from like water bottles. And those things are going in your balls. And your balls, they're so sensitive, like they absorb everything that you put on them. And your balls are the thing that are actually creating your testosterone. So this right here is literally destroying everybody's testosterone. That's why this is number 1 on my list. Just because it seems so normal, but yet it's so destructive. Do you really think people back in the day, they used to wear underwears? I mean, Habibi, you know the Roman Empire? Okay, maybe not the Roman Empire, but like, you know the Greeks? You know why they say it's like, oh, you have like some people want like a Greek body? Why is that? Because the Greeks back in the day, they used to work out a lot. But when they used to work out, they would take off their underwear and put olive oil. Now, you don't need to do that. What I'm trying to say is that just stop wearing underwear, man. You don't need to like put olive oil and then go and work out. But just taking it off, you'll notice that your strength is going to be increasing by a lot and your testosterone is going to be increasing by a lot. So one of my friends, I actually told him to do this exact same thing. And then he went and did it. And he comes up to me the next day and he was like, Habibi. He was like, Habibi, I couldn't sleep the whole night just because of how I don't know what to say. It's just, he just couldn't sleep. But I'm telling you, when you stop wearing underwear, you'll notice it, man. You'll notice that even you'll start feeling like your testosterone is just going up naturally. So please, I mean, I'm saying if I was evil, I'd make people do this. But you're my subscriber. I can't be evil to you. Just do this, and trust me, you'll see a big difference. Wait, but when I say do this, I mean like don't be wearing the underwear. I'm saying take it off. You don't need to tell me that you did it though. Just don't tell me that you did it. Anyway, the next one is I would make people use things like deodorants, mouthwash, shampoos, conditioners, soap, any of these things with a bunch of ingredients that you can't even pronounce. Now look, Habibi, I know this is super, super extreme, but Habibi, you do know like your skin right here is the biggest organ in your body. And no, don't tell me it's not the biggest. It is the biggest. So when you're putting like these things like the deodorant or like the whatever stuff that we put on our bodies, you're putting like a bunch of chemicals that are getting absorbed through your skin. And do you really think like this is not going to destroy your testosterone levels? Like forget testosterone levels. Do you really think this is not going to be hurting your health? Now, obviously, this doesn't mean like I'm trying to tell you like stop doing all these things and just go walk around like a hobo smelling horrible. What I'm trying to tell you is that there's actually like more natural alternatives. So let me show you. So for mouthwash, Habibi, just use hydrogen peroxide. I don't know why so many people don't know that hydrogen peroxide, if you just take hydrogen peroxide, you put it in like a little cup, like just put a little bit, and then mix it up with like 50% water. So it's going to be like 50% hydrogen peroxide and then 50% water. Just like mix it and then gargle with it and then just spit it. You'll notice that this is so much better than mouthwash. It's going to keep your breath smelling like nothing for 2 days at least. Mouthwash, it'll smell nice for like 2 hours and it's going to come back. And that's because when you use like a normal mouthwash, it's killing all your bacteria. On top of that, it's ruining your gut with all this like stupid ingredients. So look, go on Google, type in hydrogen peroxide. And so the one that I specifically use is actually, it's not even here, but I used to use this one as well. But look how cheap it is. $3, $6, it's so cheap. But use one like this. Look for one that's like, it says 3% hydrogen peroxide. Take it and just do the same thing I just told you. Don't be taking like a hydrogen peroxide like this. Like, don't be taking like a huge dose. Remember, just look for 3% and then just use it. Next, for deodorant, well, I said you don't need one because, it's like your natural smell, even if your natural smell is bad, if your natural smell is bad, it's just because of the food they were eating. But you do know, like, your natural smell. So that's why they say if you want to take out a girl on a date, even though we're Muslim, right? We're not supposed to be doing that. But like, if you're going to be taking a girl out on a date, the best date you want to take a girl out on is on a hike. Take this girl, go on a hike, and what's going to happen is that you're going to be sweating, right? But if you're going to be sweating, and then that girl actually likes the way you smell, that means you and her are like chemically compatible. She's basically like not your soulmate, but like your chemistry mate. And if she doesn't like your smell, that means she was never meant for you to actually be with her. That's why if you have a sister, your sister should hate the way you smell. Habibi, my sister hates the way I smell. And that's a good thing. That's basically Allah's way of saying, this specific man right here, even though if you've never seen him your whole life and you just saw him right now, this specific man, you're not allowed to be like, you know what I mean? And that's because we have this thing within us called pheromones. So if you're a girl, or whoever it is, if you're a girl, likes your pheromones, that's a very good thing. But if you really hate the way you smell, sometimes I actually do smell pretty bad, even though like my wife tells me I smell good. But if you do smell pretty bad, then just use lemons. Take some lemons and just rub it. But anyway, the second one is shampoos. I mean, I kind of did stop using shampoos just because it kept, bro, my hair kept falling because of shampoos, man. But I stopped using them for like 2 weeks now. And okay, no, listen, I know this is a bit of an autistic thing to do. I even saw some guy on Twitter, he's like, if you ever use raw eggs on your head, don't ever talk to me. So I guess I can't talk to him. But listen, you can use raw eggs on your hair. The first time I started using raw eggs on my hair, like I put them in a glass cup and I was using them, I started noticing like the eggs started foaming. And I'm just thinking like, why is the eggs foaming? Like it looks like it was like God's way of telling us, yeah, you can use eggs on your hair. But Habibi, eggs, they have so much freaking nutrients in them, and you're taking all those nutrients and you're absorbing it in your hair. So it's actually making your hair stronger. Ever since I started doing it, my hair became stronger, bro. But I wish I've done it a long time ago. But anyway, for conditioners, you can use coconut oil. Even though I hate conditioners, but if you want to do it, you can use coconut oil. Coconut oil is good for so many things, man. Even for like your teeth, your body, your hair, everything. But the last one, if you want to use soap, just use like olive oil soap. Honestly, I've never used this just because I'm not that artistic with these things. Like I would still use like a regular soap. But still, if you're really, really scared, you can start using olive oil soap. Now for your skin, sometimes people are going to be like, well, okay, what about like all these skincare products that I need to use? If you're a man and you're using skincare products, bro, I don't know what to tell you, bro. But if you're a woman and you're trying to use like skincare products, use this thing called beef tallow. Now, beef tallow is just basically like animal fat. So this one, I just recently bought it. Not for me, but I recently bought it. But beef tallow is what people used to actually use back in the day just to make their skin better. Now, beef tallow, it's natural, comes from cows. Now, unless you're a vegan, you can't really use it. But if you're not vegan, if you're like a normal human being, use it for your skin. It actually makes it very nice. And especially if you have like dry skin, I should probably get it for like my lips. But yeah, Habibi, there's so many natural alternatives. Stop using the things that they make us use. Once again, I told you, if I was like an evil man and I'm trying to destroy everybody's testosterone, that's what I would do. I would make everybody use deodorants, mouthwash, shampoos, all these things. And there are studies that show that all these things are actually harming you. The next one is I would actually make everybody, like men mostly, addicted to this thing called weed and addicted to sucking on vapes. Habibi, look at this. A reanalysis of blah, 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 blah showed that testosterone levels are depressed both after smoking one, marijuana. Habibi, like, I know it's called marijuana, but still, listen, testosterone levels are depressed. They're so depressed they started becoming sad, man. People that smoke weed or like they suck on those little vape things, Habibi, their testosterone is so down. I was once driving to the gym and then I looked to my left and this guy, he had like a nice car, but I look at him and he's just putting this thing in his mouth and they're just taking it out. And I'm looking at him and I was like, Allah, please don't make me like this low of a testosterone. Listen, there's actually a study. I lost the study, but there's actually a study where they gave monkeys THC, like marijuana, and then their balls, it got shrunk by 50%. 50%, bro. Imagine your balls getting shrunk by 50%. Also, alcohol. Stop doing alcohol, man. That's why we say like beer belly, because alcohol actually increases estrogen. So you know when someone drinks like a lot of beer and then they start getting like a belly, that belly is just like it's like an estrogen bomb. All that estrogen that makes your belly big and your chest like it makes it saggy. So Habibi, there's nothing manly about alcohol, especially beer. There's nothing manly about weed. First of all, it makes you schizophrenic and it makes you like have like high heavy metals in your body, so it makes you depressed and it makes you like a complete zombie. And also vapes, maybe stop doing vapes, bro. But anyway, once again, if I was actually evil, like I would love to do this for people, just so I can destroy their testosterone. But anyway, the next one is I would make people addicted to touching their pee-pee. Now listen. There's actually a study right here. Did you see? Today I was actually very prepared. I brought you a bunch of studies. By the way, I got all these studies from Twitter. So I wasn't actually like actively searching up for studies. I got them all from Twitter. So look, effective frequency of emission on semen output and then like the semen production. When they say emission, it just means like when you ejaculate. And the word emission is so funny to use. Basically, if you read this whole thing right here, you would see that bro, I'm so funny. So they made the men touch their pee-pee 2 times a day for 10 days straight. And their testosterone levels, they couldn't come back to normal for 5 months. Habibi, 5 months, these people, I feel bad for the people that went through the study. They made them touch their thing for like 2 times a day for 10 days, and they just couldn't come back for 5 months. So imagine what you're doing. If every single day you wake up and you keep like blasting everything on your pants, you're not wearing underwear anymore, right? But you're blasting it on whatever you're wearing. Maybe like for 5 months you're lacking testosterone. That's so sad. So here, if you're struggling with keeping your hands off your pee-pee, so this is just like an ad I made. I'm like, just remember, when they put chimpanzees in zoos, I just realized that sounds so nice. When they put chimpanzees in zoos, they have nothing else to do, then they actually start touching their pee-pee too. So, oh my god, I'm actually rhyming a lot here. I wasn't even like intending to do that. But listen, you need to leave your home, go in the wilderness, and just sleep for a night. No preparation. Just try to experience nature all alone, in the dark, with no phone, and then tell me. Like, try to touch your pee-pee in that state. And the only reason why I'm giving you this exact solution right here is because if they have chimpanzees in zoos, then if you just take them out of the zoo and put them in the wilderness, that's where they belong. So if you just put them there, they're gonna stop touching their pee-pee. So us humans, naturally, we actually belong outside. We don't belong like 24/7 in closed doors. So if you take us and you just basically put us outdoors, we wouldn't have this urge to always go and touch our pee-pees every single moment. But once again, I would actually, if I was evil, I would make people addicted to that. And the way I would make them addicted is just watch my last video. I talked about it. The fifth thing is that I would make girls take birth control. Now listen, here I'm talking about girls specifically because when girls, they use birth controls, so not only like their hormones, they start to change. So they basically start to change to the point that they get attracted to guys with like low testosterone. That's why when a girl, she's taking birth control and she's been with a man, the moment she actually stops taking this birth control, like this is where like breakups are the highest. As soon as she stops taking it, then her actual sense comes back and she's like, why am I with this chode right here? So then she would just leave him. And this actually happens a lot of time, trust me. But here's what's gonna happen. So when you put girls on birth control, usually, if a girl lives like with a family or something, they would take this birth control and they would throw it in the toilet if they're trying to get rid of it. Especially if there's a lot of girls that actually are taking birth control. They don't want to show it to their family. They're going to be asking a bunch of questions. Now, if they're taking all these pills and they're putting it in the toilet, where's it going? Here, in our water, our tap water. So now, we have people drinking this tap water every single day, and then we're just wondering, it's like, man, why is everybody infertile all of a sudden? It's because of this, bro. So not only is the tap water actually, like it has fluoride, which is proven to actually lower your testosterone, but our tap water is literally like a birth control. So here I said something nice. I was like, if you want to stay fertile, then filter. So if you want to be fertile still, then filter the water. Or if you can't filter it, just drink spring water, but not from plastic water bottles. Remember? Plastic, all those things, they're bad for you. Anyway, so number 6 is I would basically put seed oils in every food. So, Habibi, the other day, actually, I was very hungry. I was in the house and I was very hungry. I look in the fridge and I see a baguette. I take this baguette out and then I'm like, I want to eat this baguette. But then I'm like, wait a minute. I'm so curious. Let me see the ingredients on this baguette. Like, what do they put in baguettes? I'm reading the ingredients and I see canola oil. I'm like, why? Why is there canola oil in the baguette? Habibi, it's just bread. You don't need canola oil inside of that. But this is what I would do. If I was actually evil, I would do the exact same thing. I would take all these seed oils, canola oil, vegetable oil, corn oil, all these things. I would take them, put them in every single ingredient in all the food that we're eating. Now listen, in one of my videos actually, I did say how the gut is like super duper important, like the gut, and it's so funny. I think I was actually wearing the same shirt too. So when you're eating seed oils, it's destroying your gut, man. So that's why you start to get like acne, bad skin, like just horrible body, and that's only because you're hurting the gut. But here's the thing: when you're also hurting the gut is connected with everything in your body. When you're hurting the gut, you're also hurting your balls. So your balls, they stop doing their job, and your testosterone is lowered. So it's proven seed oils, they lower your testosterone. So instead, like eat butter, butter, or eat like beef tallow, or eat like olive oil. Like don't put it on your body, but like put it on your food. Coconut oil is good too. Avocado oil, all these things are also good. But anyway, the last thing I would do if I'm trying to destroy everybody's testosterone, I would keep people indoors. I would just find a way to keep everybody indoors, and that's because the biggest testosterone booster is the sun, man. The less people are exposed to the sun, the less testosterone they have. That's why gamers, they have the lowest testosterone, man. You look at any gamer, there's not a single gamer that has high testosterone. Even me, bro. I mean, honestly, even me. Like back when I was back when I used to play a lot of games, I'm glad I never got tested, man. If I got tested, my testosterone would be like a negative. So when you go in the sun, just listen. Don't be like, wait, I need my sunscreen. No sunscreen. Remember what we said? Deodorants, mouthwash, all these things. If you put them in your body, it's bad. So if you put sunscreen, it's no different. It's also bad. It's just a bunch of ingredients in it. Now look, this is actually very proven. The only reason the sun is actually harming your body, it's because of the seed oils. The seed oils that you're eating. You really think back in the day when people used to live their lives, like they used to get destroyed by the sun, they never had seed oils. So the sun was actually helpful. Now the sun, they say, is not helpful. And it's because of the seed oils. It's in every little food that you eat. But I'm sure you stopped that, right? You're not eating seed oils anymore. Right? But also don't be coming here and telling me it's like, no, bro, if you stay in the sun, you're gonna get sunburned and destroy yourself. I'm not saying go and sit in the sun and burn yourself. Just be in the sun more. Because listen, when you're in the sun, your vitamin D is gonna start increasing. And you know what, bro? Like vitamin D, they actually called it vitamin D for a reason. Because trust me, when vitamin D is increasing, it actually does what it claims.